Hey my frugal friends, wagwan, welcome and welcome back to my channel, Frugality Is Life. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, welcome. Happy new year to everyone. I truly appreciate your support. And it's 2026, guys. We got here. Thanks be to God. We got here. So it's 2026. I'm gonna share what my goals are for this year. Let's jump in. So this is messy because this is actually like a brain dump that I did, and I just want to share with you. Now, a lot of this may change as we go along, but this is just a plan that I have. Okay, so I've separated my goals into personal goals, business, and professional. So let me go from professional up. So professional, it's about my work and career. So my work, I want to keep growing and developing in new areas. I will, at the end of the year, I did get a promotion that's effective January 2026. And so that role will give me a bigger exposure to other areas of the company. If you guys have been here, followed me long enough, you know that I have been, job hunting on and off for the last who knows how long. But the job market is not what it is, right? Like it's not what it used to be. And so I've still performed at my work, right? Because you have to work. This is what pays the bills. So I continue to do what I had to do. Mind you, I didn't, go overboard or, go above and beyond, but I did what I had to do. And there's been a lot of restructuring in my company. So much so that there's so many new faces and all these things, but I just kept my head down and just did my job. So I did get a promotion in January 2026. It's going to be effective, so I'm going to have a new role. Now the role is still within the realms of my duties that I was doing before, but it's now a senior role. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So it just means that I'm not sure of the time allotments that I will need or I will have for like YouTube and different things. I'm not sure how demanding it will be. I know it's going to require a lot of time and energy and maybe some travel, but I'm not sure. We will see what that entails. So for now, until we know more, we're just going to keep going at what we need to go at in order to meet this goal, because this is important to me. In my career, I will be enrolling in a advanced Microsoft Excel course. Now, I use Microsoft Excel on a daily basis, but there's some functions that I don't use often, and so some more advanced like functions that I don't use often, and if you don't use it, you lose it. And so I want to do a refresher course just so I can be on top of my game. I do believe that learning never stops, and so you have to continuously grow yourself or grow your educational aspect of your life, like whether that's in learning something new every year. Learning never stops, and so I want to continue to work on me. So I believe that doing this will make me more comfortable in my everyday work and life. So I need to do that. So I will be researching what's the best route to do that. I've done some initial work already to see what I need to do. So I will be taking that on. Okay, and then business, I have Etsy, and you guys know that majority of my Etsy proceeds go towards the foundation, except for like my binders, etc., like because those I had to make an investment. So I want to add at least 5 items to my Etsy shop. Now this may seem like a low number, but I don't add new items quite often because I have to really think about it and like create something that I think people are gonna like. So it takes me a little bit of time. So my goal is to add at least 5, could be more. And then for YouTube, I would like to get to 3,000 subscribers and friends. So I mean, that's self-explanatory. I can only put out the content and hope that people it resonates with people and they can hit that subscribe button. Now, if you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It will help me to get to this goal. And I want to thank everyone who subscribed and who shared my previous posts in December in getting me to 2.5k subscribers. Thank you so much. All right, the next category is personal. So personal has a lot around it, right? So personal, I want to make sure that I save at least $1,000 for Christmas. Last year I didn't save in advance, and so I kind of pulled from what I already had. So I want to do that. I want to do better expense tracking. That is a major goal of mine for this year, because I want to ensure that I am maximizing my savings. Savings, I want to save at least 20k. Now last year my goal was 30k. It was a stretch goal because we had so many expenses, like we bought a new house, so we had to furnish the whole house, and then different things to do. I have some projects on my list for this year, but I'm just gonna make it easy, and I'm gonna say or easy enough, I'm gonna say 20k, and of that 20k I would like to invest at least half of it. Now we'll leave that one there. So hopefully I'm able to go beyond this number. My husband and I are able to save a lot more than this, but just so we're not kind of pressuring ourselves with the house projects and different things that we have to do. Family, I want to save $500 for that category, because I send money home to help family here and there, and so I want to just have that as like a sinking fund so I can pull from each time. Then I also want to make 2 extra full mortgage payments again this year. Last year I did make 2 extra full mortgage payments, and I was so happy to do so. So I want to do the same this year. So I will make it end of June and then end of December, like I did this year, like I did last year. For health, I want to, move my body more. I may be going back on keto because I realize that it just works better for my body, more protein, less carbs. So if it's not like full keto, I just want to like focus on that type of diet, so more protein, less carbs. I think that's like somewhere in the Mediterranean kind of diet area. And I want to also live by this. Let it go, let it flow. I don't want to be too stressed. I want to focus on my mental health. I want to make sure that I'm not overwhelmed with everything I have to do with work, because a lot of times it's like work related, that I am like really like stressed and I overexert myself. So I want to make sure that whatever I take on in the new year, that I am not taking on too much, right? And it also goes for YouTube and like my Etsy shop and different things and everything else around me. I want to make sure that I'm not taking on too much. And then for travel, I want to do at least 2 trips. I would like to go back to Jamaica, and then I like to do an international trip. Not sure where that is yet. I have some ideas, but we're still flushing that up. And I think that's it. I think I'm missing one thing, but anyways, I think that's it for the most part. So this is a quick video. It's just a rundown on what my goals are. I will have another video talking about how am I going to get to this goal, financial goal, and then kind of go through like the saving challenges that I used. Before we go, I want to just quickly go back to 2025 and just like run down the achievements that I've had that I'm proud of. Number 1, I made it to 2026. I'm alive and well. Thank you, Jesus. My family is okay. I traveled to Kenya, my husband and I. We made 2 extra mortgage payments. We saved over 30k. We got to 2.5 subscribers on YouTube. I am indeed blessed. So I thank you guys for all your support, for all the love, and I really appreciate it. And it's 2026, so let's get those goals. Like, let me know below, have you completed your goals? Are you still working on them? Listen, January 1st, January 2nd, it's not a deadline for your goals, right? It's not a deadline. You don't have to have it all together. Things change as you go. Just if you have a directional plan, that's all you need. Sometimes we put extra pressure on ourselves to say, hey, January 1st, I need to be ready to go. I need to be doing my first cash stuffing. You don't need to. There's not extra pressure. But it will be good to have things laid out if you do have them. If you don't, no pressure. Just ensure that you work on them, right? So you have something for the year. But yeah, so this is where I am going directionally. Is it set in stone? Absolutely not. And yeah, we will see how the rest of this goes. ideally with my new work and promotion, I will get a raise. I have gotten a raise effective January, and so I want to ensure that that money goes into either savings or investing, because that's all I usually do. So whenever I get incremental raises, I ensure that it's saved. Like I'm not like living off that total, unless I absolutely need it. And I think at this point we don't absolutely need it, so I can still maintain my life and expenses based on what I was earning in 2025. So I will ensure that difference gets saved or invested. But you know what, God is good. He knows what is, you know, the plan. You know, every time I remember and I go back to Jeremiah 29:11, where it says, you know, I know you, I have a plan for you, plan to prosper, not to harm you, plan to give you hope and a future. I always go back to that when I'm questioning things, because my goal was to leave the company totally, but that didn't happen because, of course, as I mentioned, like the job market is horrible, but God had a plan, but also, you know, maybe that wasn't in his plan. So I know he has a plan, and so it's just for me to fall in line and to do his work accordingly. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a one. I'm praying that 2026 will be the year that we all achieve our goal, and that it will be a much better year than 2025. And you know, I didn't talk about my words for the year, but my words for the year is, I always put this word in because it's just, I just love this word, abundance. So my words are abundance, blessings, and growth. So these are my words for the year 2026: abundance, blessings, and growth. I don't think there's ever going to be a year without this word in it, abundance. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, keep budgeting, stay frugal, and walk good. Bye.